I bring you Hazy Orbs in the yellow trunks. He is playing Protoss right here on the Shattered Temple versus his opponent Cloud. In the red trunks, he is playing Terran.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm thinking now because of these locations they have spawned in. I'm not even sure if 2-Gate Expo would be a wise decision for Hasu Orbs on this map, being close distance. And the same for Cloud, really. I don't even think he can go Reaper Expo here, just because the rush distance is so small, and you can really punish a greedy player on this map, unlike any other large map.
We will see, though. Cloud is very gutsy when it comes to expansions. He might take the risk, and do you think, Hazy Orbs might not even be expecting that, and when it comes down to clutch defenses, those kind of things that you just don't think can happen, but they happen anyway because Cloud is just that good, he might be able to pull it off, and if he does, he's going to be at such a disadvantage. At least Hazy Orbs will be at a disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think Hasu Orbs he's so good that if he even smelt something like, if he just saw like, all right, you only have 2 Marines, this doesn't make sense. Where's the rest of your army? Bang! He's going to counterattack. And I just think Hasu Orbs is that good that he can smell out anything like that and really punish Cloud. And we'll have to see what Cloud decides to do in this game. And the same for Hasu Orbs. I think that Hasu Orbs is, he will be scouting in the right direction, going up there. It's the usual scout pattern for Protoss, just to go to this location first. And he's going to see Cloud very early. And the thing is, Cloud's going to know exactly where his opponent is as well.
He's got to
know the timing of this probe here.
A little bit of harassment going on right here, which of course could be a little bit problematic. Cloud forced to pull SCVs off the mineral line earlier, which is not what you want, honestly. I hate it as a Terran player. I despise everything about probes and what they represent. But whatever the case, that is what's happening right now. Hasu rolling in right there through to the orbital command center. No big surprises from either side. And how effective would you say Cloud's one-base play would be? Because he might be forced into it here.
It could be very, very strong. It just depends how much that Hasu Orbs scouts. He's not really going to get that scouting information. Probe is definitely going to die also as he takes that down with the Marine. And now Hasu Orbs is, in the dark. Cloud can basically do anything he wants, go down any tech path he wishes, and Hasu Orbs will have no idea. So Hasu Orbs has to play very safe. He has to be, cautious of all the different openings that Cloud can do, and we are not even sure. It looks like Cloud is going to be putting a bunker down. This bunker is just for any aggressive stalkers, and we've seen games dropped by Terran players in this tournament just by not building a bunker, and if you only have Marines. And Cloud is going to be putting down a factory here, so he's not going to be going for any fast expansion or anything like that.
Nope.
And at the same time, we have the second gate for Hasu Orbs here, and we want to get rid of that SCV as soon as possible so he can start to hide his information and start to choose his own tech path.
Yep, Cloud's getting great scouting information right here, and of course has denied his opponent that, so that's the first advantage for him in this particular series. We've got second refinery coming up. We could see some factory play. I'm interested to see just how well Cloud does in a one-base environment because he is such a macro-orientated player from what I've seen.
Well, his control's going to be amazing. His execution is going to be, something out of this world to play against. And especially when he's playing so well. Like, he's comfortable, he's feeling amazing right now.
Yep.
So it's going to be really hard to be an on-form Cloud. And he even said that. He was going to 2-0 Hasu Orbs, and so far, the story's coming true after that first game. We'll have to see if he can kind of stick to what he said. Otherwise, I'm going to troll that guy later.
that, to be honest, we're not really talking about the €7,500 prize pool. It's the fact that he'll probably get trolled by Apollo if he loses, which that's the worst thing to have happen, really.
So I'm looking at Hasu Orbs here. He only has 2 gates, and he looks like he is going to be a little bit gutsy. Send down this probe to get an expansion up, and just do a little bit of pressure. And the thing is, with this sentry, just this one sentry, any pressure from Cloud is going to be manageable, just because of the Guardian shield is going to be extremely useful. Cloud going for a Raven. And he has Stim being researched too.
We've seen this opening before, and it works very well. This defense should be able to hold, I would think. All of SCV is going to back this one up, get everything nice and fixed up. Hasu is ready on the bottom of the ramp with 4 Stalkers, a Sentry, and a Zealot. Zealot sent up there, loses the shields, but no real damage done to him. Cloud walling off deliberately, and I don't blame him for that one little bit. He should have the Marine count, I would think, to repulse this, especially with the bunker, particularly if he manages to keep that repaired. Hasu Orbs not going in right now, and he also doesn't have a reinforcement pylon either, so he hasn't really committed to this yet.
No, he's just going to play safe. He's going to force field the ramp if Cloud decides to move down. with the sentry. He might even reinforce with a few sentries just to keep that, keep Cloud within his base while he exposes himself. Because, I mean, if Cloud pushes down and just finds out what's going on, he can clearly just go and kill Hasu because he has no units. And the longer this game drags on, the better it's going to be for Hasu. And the way Cloud's going to do this is going to have to be so punny. He might even need to start making he is making a medivac so that he can, use drops and go around the back. Cloud does have 3 SUVs on the wall though, and just be careful. Doesn't want to lose. And you always got to be careful with these Marines though. Hajjob's not on the ball though.
What is this? We need to wake up, guys. We're being shot at. What the hell's happening? It's confusing.
It must be paid to be actually a unit on hold command.
Yeah, it's like,
shot, you're like, I can't do anything.
Like, please stop that from happening. Please stop that from happening. Hasu with a little bit of a siege going on right here. However, I am a little bit concerned as to what will happen if Cloud is able to evade him right there. And that Raven just sitting there, he knows he can do some crazy stuff with it. And here comes the push, ladies and gentlemen. And what does Hasu have to do it? Oh dear, you did not notice there was a medivac. Critical failure right here. Gunning down that mineral line like they were a bunch of terrorists. It's horrible. What can I say? He is getting incredibly aggressive. He takes down one on. Looks for the second one right here. Doesn't have the stim, which is a little bit disadvantageous. However, he's able to use this to do good economic damage. And Cloud, I would imagine, will now try and push out. He's broken the siege.
Yeah, he's broken the siege. He salvages the bunker, just as you say. And we'll move down. Just build a secondary bunker down here, ready for this expansion, which is up now. But really nice attack from Cloud, doing a little bit of damage to the economy, forcing probes to pull off. And also, key of all, that he knows what his opponent's doing. He knows the amount of units he has. But the thing I'm getting scared about is if Hasu pushes here before this bunker is even made. Yeah,
and that's exactly going to happen. Here comes the shelling right here. Cloud will have to pull back once again. He does have the Raven. He will be able to deploy the point defense run, and he does have the stim, but will that firepower be enough? We will find out. He's saving that energy right. Okay, there we go. There's even an auto turret deployment right here. He's got the medevac to pack it up. Those Marines holding the line against impossible odds right now. Second auto turret comes down. They are being torn apart right here, but he's forced Hasu back.
Wow, very
gutsy
close
defense
fight there. Very, very close indeed. And now Cloud will be able to get this over to command down, and he has a lot of reinforcements coming. Should be safe against any aggression. In the background here, we do have Immortals being added to the composition of Hasu. Hasn't quite started. I'm kind of questioning this. This Forge has been there for a long time. He hasn't started any upgrades yet, which is a little bit of a mistake by Hasu, but the pressure is most definitely incoming from Hasu here. Nice. Picking off the Observer.
Wonderful thing about Ravens, folks. Yeah. Wonderful thing about Ravens. And honestly, if he'd actually started upgrades earlier and maybe got the +1 armor, he could have perhaps won that. It was all Marines. You know for a fact that a +1 armor will shred the damage of Marines, particularly against Stalkers.
Does Cloud actually have vision of this? No, he doesn't have vision of Hasu's plan here. And this is going to be very hard to hold for Cloud. He really needs to find out, and I think it's too late.
He's going in with the engagement once again. He has pulled off the line. Auto turrets going down for some additional firepower. Bunker already taken out right into the line right here. Hasu has a lot of pressure being applied. An awful lot. Will this be able to be repulsed? He does have 3 Marauders. This is going to do a lot of damage. Marines now into the line, doing as much damage as possible. He's holding it, but only just. His line is gradually collapsing right now, and that's going to be problematic. Medivac torn out of the sky. Focuses down now on the second. That's a lot of Stalker firepower, plus that Immortal refuses to go down, refuses to die. We're looking at 7 damage. GG. Ladies and gentlemen, GG right there. That is it for him, and it's 1 apiece in this best of 3 series.